Yo, what's up, guys? Teacher Paul over here, and today we are reacting to Indian movies. This is actually the first time I'm trying to do this, reacting to movies and not only Indian movies, but movies from all over the world, but also especially Indian movies. So what I decided to do was first I need to learn about Indian movies. So this is the top 10 Indian movies ranked, well, of 2021, ranked so far. Okay, if you guys are new to the channel, subscribe and like this video. Let's go to India.
For the latest film interviews, reviews, and everything making news in pop culture, subscribe to Film Companion now. Malayalam cinema.
Yes, subscribe to them. The link is in the description. It's the first time I'm watching this channel, so let's see if they help me with my Indian craving.
Cinema is flourishing. Hindi cinema is languishing. A mid-year
Wow.
unscientific
I like her
survey of the Indian
vocabulary.
film industry throws up that conclusion. In year 2 of the pandemic, which is in some ways harder than year 1 because we imagined that we would be out of the woods by now, films from Kerala have sustained and nourished us. These stories of human frailty, hubris, family, relationships, good and evil, crime and punishment have startled us with their originality and craft. Meanwhile, Bollywood seems to have lost its moorings, epitomized by the bloated mess that was Radhe. Thanks to streaming
Wow, a bloated mess that was Radhe.
bloated mess that was Radhe.
What is Radhe? It's a movie. Salman Khan films. Your most wanted. Bahai. What was wrong with this movie? I gotta find out. I have to watch Radhe to find out why this was a bloated mess. I'm gonna write this down. Just 1 second. Radhe. Okay. So this is a movie that I'm going to react to in the future. Let's keep going.
Thanks to streaming platforms, audiences have access to the best from across the country. I hope that raises our standards and makes us demand more. Here are my favorites from the first half of 2021. Special mentions: Sanu John Verghese's R. Karyam, Dibakar Banerjee's Sandeep or Pinky Farrar, and Ivan Iyer's Meel Patthar. At number 10, Mandela. Mandela could be a spin-off from the Munna Bhai universe. The title character, played by a terrific Yogi Babu, seems like Munna's Tamilian brother.
Yogi Babu. Guys, Mandela is, as you know, an African leader. Was an African leader. So this is gonna be interesting.
A good-hearted, naive game changer who throws into the spotlight the greed and corruption of those around him. Mandela even has a circuit-like sidekick. Writer-director Madone Ashwin tells a timely story about caste, democracy and marginalization with humor and compassion. The satire bites, but it never becomes vicious. At number 9, Nayata. Nayata means the hunt. In Martin
Nayatu.
Brockett's disturbing police procedural, the hunters are cops, but the hunted are also cops. After a road
Wait, cops versus cops? That's an interesting take. Okay, that is interesting. So we have maybe the good cops against the bad cops? That's an interesting concept for a movie.
accident, 3 police officers get embroiled in a cauldron of caste politics and violence and are forced to flee. What's fascinating is how Martin and writer Shahi Kabir, a police officer himself, consistently humanize the characters. So even during the tense pursuit, the narrative finds room for moments of silence, introspection, and ordinary decency.
You know what? I love that in a movie. When you humanize a character, it brings you closer to that character. I mean, there are so many action movies. Let's talk about American movies. Die Hard. You don't have, you have nothing in common with that guy. You know that you are not gonna go into a building and save a person from 50 armed men. It's just not possible. You're not a Superman or anything like that. So when you humanize a character, you feel closer to the character and you feel like, okay, I understand his situation right now, and that's a good thing. I love that. One of my favorite series, if you guys haven't watched it yet, you should. It's Breaking Bad. Breaking Bad is a drama that has action. It's not an action that has drama. And it humanizes the character. You feel like it could have been you know. And I love that in a movie or a series. It's interesting to see the character arc. It's interesting how you are connected with that character. It makes you feel more, I don't know. Um, the imagination flows a little bit better in that because you feel like, this could have been me.
In one of my favorite scenes, a man wordlessly buys sanitary napkins for a woman. In how many films have you seen that happen? At number 8, Gili Pucci.
Okay.
Bharti Mandal is female, Dalit and gay. That
Sorry, what's the name of this movie?
female, Dalit.
Gili Pucci.
Gili Pucci. Bharti Mandal is female, Dalit and gay. That intricate intersectionality is perhaps a first for Hindi cinema. Except this isn't a feature. In a 43-minute short film, director and writer Neeraj Khaiwan tells a searing story of the hesitant intimacy that develops between two women from opposite sides of the class and caste divide. Konkona Sen Sharma
Romeo
as
and
Bharti
Juliet.
combines external toughness with vulnerability and a rage that flashes in her eyes as she understands that it is impossible to navigate the chasm between them. And Aditi Rao Hydari is the perfect foil as Priya, naive, fragile and trapped in upper caste patriarchy. Gili Pucci is a masterclass in saying more with less. At number 7, Jati Ratnalu. I'm also a responsible citizen Kane of this country. How can you resist a film that features that dialogue? Jati Ratnalu, about 3
Let me see, the name of this movie is Jati Ratnalu.
7 Jati Ratnalu.
Jati
I'm also a
Ratnalu.
responsible citizen Kane of this country. How can you resist a film that features that dialogue? Jati Ratnalu, about 3 small town boys who come to the big city, Hyderabad, looking for jobs, money and the good life, is a sparkling concoction of humor, social commentary and terrific
Wow.
chemistry between
I love
the
her
leads.
vocabulary.
Naveen Polishetty as Srikanth, Rahul Ramakrishna as Ravi and Priyadarshi as Sekhar. Director and writer Anudeep KV also peppers the film with hat tips to all the films he's loved. This is a film I wish I'd seen in a theatre. It would have been magical to sit with strangers and laugh. At number 6, Karnan. Karnan is a powerful call to arms. Director Mari Selvaraj reimagines the Mahabharata so that the demigod Karna is no longer a good man on the wrong side. Instead, he is the savior of his people and his village, Podiyankulam. Unlike his first film, Pariyam Perumal, which portrays a determined but peaceful rebellion against the caste system, Karnan tells us that sometimes violence is the answer. The film features striking visual imagery, the terrific song Kandavara Solunga by Santosh Narayanan, and a blazing performance by Dhanush as Karnan. He's both myth and everyman, and that is an unbeatable combination. At
Wow,
number 5,
interesting.
Drishyam, The Resumption. Honestly, I didn't think writer-director Jeetu Joseph could pull off a sequel to his superbly scripted Drishyam, in which we're rooting for George Kuti and his family to get away with murder. The second film isn't as seamlessly constructed as the first. The first act is plodding. But once the plot kicks in, Joseph takes us on a gripping saga of crime and punishment. George Kutti's deceptions are so elaborate that they will take your breath away. And superstar Mohanlal plays the character superbly with just the right inflection of sorrow and scarring. At number 4, Kala. A
That's good acting. Look at his face. And you can see that he's actually crying.
and scarring. At number 4, Kala. A fractured father-son relationship, a home invasion horror story, the casual callousness of the privileged and the rage of the underprivileged. Kala packs in a lot. Director Rohit V.S., DOP Akhil George, Don Vincent, the director of music and sound design, and editor Chaman Chako construct a beautifully crafted, immersive experience of one man's hell. Lead and co-producer Tovino Thomas delivers a brilliant performance as an entitled man who is fighting his own frustration and failure, but who is also taught a brutal lesson. The teacher, a laborer played by Sumesh Moore, is terrifying and terrific. The mayhem and brutality in Kala is relentless, but Rohit doesn't allow us to look away either from the consequences of violence or the consequences of our actions. At number 3, Joji. In the hands of Malayalam
Joji.
cinema's dream team, Director Dilish Pothan, writer Sham Pushkaran, and actor Fahad Fasil, Macbeth becomes a riveting drama about a deeply dysfunctional family. A formidable patriarch controls his 3 sons and his vast estate with an iron fist until a stroke confines him. Now the family members must negotiate between their true feelings for this despotic figure and the mournful facade that society requires. Joji, played by a terrifically unnerving Fahad Fasil, puts into motion a chain of events that lead to murder. As Joji plots, he discovers his own capacity for cruelty and his utter lack of morals. But Pothan layers this disturbing story with touches of humor and whimsy. It is a thing of beauty.
You know what this reminds me of? If you have ever watched a series called Fargo, the beginning, the first season, it has something very similar. I'm not going to give any spoilers, but I love that, how a good character turns bad. That is so interesting. And there's a little twist of comedy, you know.
At number 2, The Disciple. The Disciple is a meditative character study that throws you deep into its mysterious spell. Using stillness, long takes and wide shots, director Chaitanya Tamhane tells the haunting, melancholic story of a Hindustani classical vocalist, Sharad Nerulkar, who gives his life in the pursuit of his art. But Sharad slowly discovers the dichotomy between the purity he seeks and the reality of the marketplace and the reality of his own talent. Singer and debutante actor Aditya Modak transforms externally and internally as we watch. And as that happens, Chaitanya asks us to consider the cost of Sharad's devotion. Like Sharad, we ask, was it worth it? And at number 1, The Great Indian Kitchen. The Great Indian Kitchen is a gutting portrait of domestic slavery, of the lives that millions of women in this country lead, toiling away unpaid and unsung. Nimisha Sajayan plays a housewife, unnamed because director Gio Baby wants us to understand that she is every woman. Her first flush of excitement when she has an arranged marriage.
I have never seen a movie where the character doesn't have a name, where there's an unnamed character. I have never seen that. That is so intriguing and makes so much sense.
Marriage slowly gives way to seething anger. The film is brilliant because Gio doesn't create high drama or outsized villains. Instead, he showcases the horror of the ordinary, the pile of unwashed utensils, the disgusting kitchen waste, the half-chewed bones and spilled curry that men leave on the dining table for women to clean. The women are second-class citizens, only there to serve. The rage of the housewife becomes your rage. This film should be required viewing in educational institutions.
Wow.
What did you think of
Okay, as a man, I say, I don't know. It seems a little bit sexist, but you know, it's worth a try. Because like in my house, I clean the dishes and I remove the dishes from I leave nothing on the table, and you know, I don't know. I don't relate to that. I think that's a little bit towards one side. Maybe it's one-sided. I don't know. I'm judging the movie before watching it, but it's a very interesting concept, and I think if it's a problem, then it should be addressed.
my list of the top films of the first half of 2021? Does it match yours? I'd love to hear from you in the comments below.
Interesting. Okay. Okay, so what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna watch the trailer for each movie, and hey, let me know in the comments if you want me to react to a specific movie. What's your favorite Indian movie? And let me know, okay? I'll see you soon. Take care now. Don't forget to subscribe and like this video. Take care. Peace out. Bye-bye.